put in the message on chat box. Yes, I am audible now. Ready there? Yes. Okay. Today have started another on the blog, the finance, the consumer finance. Okay. The meaning of a consumer finance as per EIA Sigman, the consumer credit is a transfer of wealth, the payment of yes, the payment of which is deferred in a whole part of future and liquidate piece, piece, piecemeal or in successive fraction under the plan of agreed upon the time of transfer. The consumer credit is nothing but is a transfer of wealth, the payment of which deferred is a whole. Who is a transfer of wealth? The one part is another part. It is called as a consumer finance. Now, it defines yes, it defines consumer credit, a business procedure through which the consumers purchase semi-durable and a durable other than the real estate. It's a very important business procedure through which the consumer purchase a semi-durable and durable other than the real estate in order to have obtained from them a service a payment extending over a period of the 3 months. It is a very important. Do it underline. 3 months, 5 years, and obtain a possession of which only a fraction of a total price of been paid. This is called as a consumer finance. And next we'll move to the characters and features of a consumer behavior. So the consumer finance it is a credit of either a secured and unsecured in nature. A consumer finance is a credit of either secured or unsecured. It is a very important. The consumer finance is a credit, sorry, secured and unsecured credit in nature. It is a loan for extended by the banks to the consumer to buy goods, service, and credit basis. It is also important. And normally, 80% of cost price under the consumer credit. It's a very important consumer credit. Now I purchase same things only for the consumer basis, the credit basis, not a debit basis. So we have purchased something product, and for the current situation, always purchase a product is only depend upon the credit like EMI ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, loan facility ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, leasing ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, all are come under the consumer finance. A consumer required to pay interest and it's very important. Keep it sharp. A consumer are required to pay interest such as loan. Yes, of course, affordable rate are directed by the RBI. Next one, consumer shall pay a premium and interest and equated monthly installment that is called as EMI. It is very important. ಈಗಿನ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ನಿಂತಿರೋದೇ EMI. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಏಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಡಿಸೈರ್ ಬಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ನೋ ಮನಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ EMI. ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, EMI ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟು ದ EMI. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟು the terms and condition of consumer finance. First one, eligibility. Okay, first we take the consumer finance. First we have the eligibility criteria. The basic eligibility of consumer finance, the income of the individual consumer and the nature of employment. It's a very important nature of employment. Right. Okay, next one, EMI. It is a very important point. Do it, do the underline. EMI, equated monthly installment, are worked out based on the number of installment and the tenure of employment of consumer. Next one, a guarantee. It is a very important. It's a guarantee. Next one, tenure. A consumer finance is granted for the short period from the year to 5 years. Andre 1 year in the 5 year tanka we have to give sometimes to pay our credit amount. Depend upon the competition prevailing in the market. Depend upon the competition prevailing in the market. Next one, a rate of interest. Very important. A rate of interest. The effective rate of interest a consumer finance is such higher than the rate of applicable to business finance This is because the loans are guaranteed and the personal integrity of the consumer. It is a rate of interest. Next, we'll move to the other charges. We have to make extra charges because ಈಗ ನೀವು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ 80,000 rupees ಇದ್ರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಈಕ್ವಿಟೆಡ್ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು 10,000 increase ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಎ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ the rate of interest also increases. Okay, next one, mode of payment. How to make a payment in the consumer credit. Adderly, in the case of individual loan, a payment are usually collected advance in the form of post dated checks. Whereas the case of institution financing, there is an arrangement deduction of the installment from the salary of employee. It's a very important. Now, another credit there is already deduction with our loans. Okay, next one, the source of consumer source of consumer finance. First one, traders. Next one, commercial bank. It is a very important. The consumer finance is a commercial bank. Next one, credit card institution. It is also very important. Credit card institution. Next one, the NBF, non-banking financial corporation. Yesterday I will explain that. Next one, credit union. A credit union association of people, a societies who agree to save their money together in turn provide loans to each a relative lower rate of interest. The first credit union was started in Germany in 1848. This is a non-profit deposit at taking a low cost of credit institution. This all are come under the credit unions. Next, we'll move to a middleman. It is a very important, a middleman. A middleman such as a dealers of consumer articles also grant a credit to consumer as a part of their promotion campaign. In many, yes, 194. In many cases, dealers work in the collaboration with the banks of finance companies and direct consumer friendly finance companies also providing the loans. The other source, a saving. Other source and ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಲೋನ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ಅವಾಗ yesterday I will explain what you mean by mutual fund. That's also same things come under the mutual saving bank. Okay, next up, a modes of consumer finance. First one, open account. First ನಾವು consumer finance ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ first you can open the account. Next one, credit card. It's a very important, credit card. A credit card is emerging as the most popular mode of a consumer finance and slowly replacing paper money. It's very important. Credit card is slowly replacing the paper money. They have about the evolution individual wealth of holding. Next one, a commercial bank ventured into business of consumer credit. A very light, so it is a risky. Okay, it was in year 1978 when the National City Bank of New York in the US opened the first full-fledged consumer credit department. Next, we'll move to the evaluation of credit worthiness. Look at the evaluation of credit worthiness. Adali, first one, look at the parameter. Okay, means parameter and scores. Look at the box. Adali, application employment record 20% score. Score means points. Applicant income. Applicant finance, type of security offered and post payment card. It is a okay. As a consumer, company or means bank or give a loan to the ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ they completely take these the parameters. Okay, next we'll move to the factors influencing consumer behavior. First one, aspiration, changes in the lifestyle people, increase in credit worthiness due to increase in purchasing power. It's very important. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್. ನಾನು ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ EMI, ಈಕ್ವಿಟೆಡ್ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಅಥವಾ ಈಕ್ವಿಟೆಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ EMI ಬರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಎಸ್, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದುಡ್ಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೊಳಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ನಾಟ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಯಾವಾಗ EMI ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಯ್ತೋ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಡೌನ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬೇಡ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ತಗೋದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ EMI ಬಂತೋ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಪವರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, next we'll go to a cheaper rate of interest on the consumer loans. A consumer loans is always related to the a cheaper rate of interest on consumer loans. Next we'll move to zero interest scheme. Yes, very important. A zero interest scheme. So also concessional processing fees is also providing the concessional fees. Yes. Next we'll go to unprecedented increase the financial institution on the account of competition. Next we'll move to the consumer finance. Picking a next we'll go to wait. IR purchase. It's a very important. It's come under 10 marks question. What do you mean by IR purchase? Okay, the IR purchase abbreviated HP means not in Hindustan Petroleum. HP in our commerce related HP, our financial market. Okay, financial market and services limited ಅಲ್ಲಿ HP ಅಂದ್ರೆ higher purchase. Okay, the HP is the legal term of contract which is person usually agreed to pay the goods on a percentage of time. Okay, it's a very important. Okay na, higher purchase ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, some amount ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿ then I will further every month installment, ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊ ಹೋಗೋದನ್ನ we have called as the higher purchase ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Higher purchase is also called as closed and leasing was developed in UK, in Australia, China, India. Means first the HP means higher purchase start agire. The first thing is the only the UK is started. Okay, next one, under this system if a consumer the unable to pay the lump sum toward S, yavaga a product na purchase ಮಾಡಬೇಕು but ನಮಗೆ have no money, but ಅದನ್ನ purchase ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, but ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಏನಿದೆ that is called as HP means ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ಗೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಲಂಪ್ ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಾಗಲ್ವೋ ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನ ಡೌನ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಅವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 80,000 ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು 20,000 ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಡೌನ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. HP ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ರೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು HP ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ರು ನೀವು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಅವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸಿಗೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. HP ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಲಂಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ವೋ ಆದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ higher purchase. Okay, next point, the characteristics of higher purchase. What are the characteristics? First one, it is a popular mode used for the sale of expensive article. It is a very important. It is a popular mode used for the sale of expensive articles. Next one, possession of article property possess on the buyer but the ownership rest with the seller. Nodi, it's a very important. ನಾನು ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗೋದು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್, ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಪಾಸಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬೈಯರ್ ಬಟ್ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಪಾಸಸ್ ದ ಬೈಯರ್, ದ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ತನಕನು ಯಾರ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, next one, a price determined for the product is paid by the buyer's installment. Buyer's installment alle product determines irutte. Okay, next one, it take a place through the formal hire purchase agreement. It's very important. It take a place a formal hire purchase agreement ಮೂಲಕ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, signed by the seller and buyer. Both will be make a sign when the hire purchase contract. This agreement provide details of do and don'ts. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು 80,000 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ 80,000 ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ 20,000 ಅಥವಾ 30,000. ಸೊ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ EMI ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಿಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ 1 or 2 months ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಿಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ರೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲ್ಲ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗೋದು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪೇ ಆದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ? ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ನೀವು EMI ಕಟ್ಟ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅವರು ರೀಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ರೀಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಫೇಲ್ ಟು ಪೇ ದ EMI ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, it takes a place through a form already told. In the event of default payment by the buyer, the sale takes a back. Nodi, it's a very important. Nodi, in the event of default payment by the buyer, in case buyer amount default adaga, the seller takes back the possession of article means the production ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ is takes back. Who is the seller is also take by your product ಯಾವಾಗ when they fail to pay the installment amount. Okay, next one, further seller will not refund the amount already pay the amount. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಕಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಓಕೆನಾ, ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ? ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ದ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೈನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಗೋತೀವಿ, ಮಿಕ್ಕಿರೋ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಳ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ಮೋರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿನ್ ದ ಹೈಯರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಸೆಲ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ even unless amount paid to. Okay, then next we'll go to the parties in higher purchase system. Okay na, higher purchase system yaar bartare? One is higher purchase system covers seller owner deals a product in the higher basis. The higher purchaser, higher also known as buyer, yaru purchase ಮಾಡ್ತಾರನ್ನ buyer ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. These two parties required. Okay, ಈ ಎರಡು ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Okay na, next we'll move to the wait. Next one, the advantage of higher purchase system. First one, facility of buying is higher purchase ali we can easily buy the product. Tariff savings. Okay, higher purchase system ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ 80,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋದೇ 80,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. 80,000 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೋದ್ಕಿಂತ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಒಂದು 30,000 20,000 ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಕೋ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಟೈಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಯಾವ ಲಂಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಬಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈ ತರ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಸೇವ್ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ದ higher sales. Higher purchase system helps to widen market for costly goods. People who cannot buy the such goods. Yes, higher sales ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನಾವು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಡ್ಯೂರಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಮೋರ್ ಮನಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮನಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮನಿ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, a boon of a small product. A small scale is it's a very important. ಈಗ ನಾವ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಈ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡಿರೋದೇನೆ higher purchase system. Higher purchase systems completely give a more importance and more facility to the small scale industries. Next one, higher price. The buyer has to pay the higher price than the payable in the cash purchase. Okay. Which point, Shruti? Which point? Which point I can say? Put a box, put in the message. Okay, next one. Next one, risk and bad debts. When the buyer fails to pay the installment, yes, it's a very important risk irutte buyer ge. Yavaga installment kattilla andaga illenagate product repossession adaga the buyer make a more dangerous. Okay, next one, a large investment. Higher purchase one to the large investment. Okay, next one, next point, go to the installment system. Okay, installment system is also called as a consumer finance which a trade immediately transfer the type. Okay, ನೋಡಿ the two difference. Higher purchase ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, the power ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗ ಡೌನ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅವರ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಪವರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಹೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಓನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಡೌನ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇನೆ the seller owners, sorry, the ownership will be transferred. Okay, next point we'll move to it. It's very important, factoring, meaning a term factoring is factor which is derived from Latin word. Factoring is another thing, but derived from the Latin word means facer, which is means a make or do or get things done. Madu atho maadde iro. In simple, a factor is an agent who does things for this principle, client and commission. This is called as a factoring. A factoring is concerned a financial service which is rendered by factors. Okay, you may factor. Okay, you may aware a factoring is an agent who is engaged in realizing a book debt. It's a factor andre is a, okay, it's a very important. Factor andre is a agent, is a working as a agent. For example, ನೋಡಿ clear example ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. ನೀವು ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್, ಓಕೆನಾ, ನೀವು have sell the product, you have sell the some product, but ನಿಮ್ಮ another party is a buyer. Okay, another party is a buyer. ಸೊ ಆ ಬೈಯರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಬೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಬೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವಾಗ ಆ ಬೈಯರ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಫಿಶಿಯಂಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ನೋಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ನೋಟ್ ನ ರೈಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ನೋಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ದುಡ್ಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಫಾರ್ ದ ಡೇಸ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಪೇ ಯುವರ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ನೋಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಬೋತ್ ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೈಯರ್ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾರಿಗ ಹೋಗ್ತು, ಬೈಯರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತು, ಆ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ನೋಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ಗೆ ಬಂತು. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್, ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ದುಡ್ಡು, ಬೈಯರ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಿರೋ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಬೈಯರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ನಾನು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 3 months ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೊಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅವನು. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕಿದಾಗ ಅವನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅವನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ನೋಟ್ ನ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ತಗೋತಾನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಬಟ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಯಾರು ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್. ಲೈಕ್ 10,000 rupees ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ನೋಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, 2,000 ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಪೇ ದ ಆಲ್ 8,000 rupees. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 8,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. 2,000 ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್. Who is make a deduction means the agent make a deduction. Okay na. After that, okay, after 3 months ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬೈಯರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಕಮಿಷನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. This is called as a factoring. Okay, understood? Any doubt? Factoring ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? Say yes or no. Can I explain again? Put a message in box. Any doubt? Okay, next we'll move to the characteristics of factoring. Okay. Okay, thank you. A factoring is an obligation for bailment contract. Relationship between factors and trading firm is same that agent and client. It's a working a factor is an agent who is go to the it's called as agent. Okay, next one. A responsibility for taking arise out agreement between the parties and adduced above. Okay, factoring and professional having a skill, okay na, and to realize a credit sale, it's very important. Realizing the credit sale and help in credit management, it's very important. Help in credit management. Factoring by doing it so help in reducing the risk, it's also help reducing the risk. Okay, next one. Parties for factoring. Okay na, first one, buyer who is ಬೈ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಬೈ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಬೈಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್, ಯಾರೋ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್. ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಬೈಯರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಸಾರಿ, ಏಜರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಏಜೆಂಟ್. ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸೊ ಇವರು ಕಮಿಷನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟರಿ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೈಯರ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟರಿ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಲರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೈಯರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ kinds of factoring. First one, domestic factoring, disclosed factoring, undisclosed factoring, invoice discounting, export factoring, and cross border factoring. Next we'll move to the wait. Okay, advantages: elimination of trade discount. It's a elimination of trade discount. Establish a strong foundation for a business. Okay, avoid a new liabilities. It's a very important. Avoid the new liabilities. Improve operating leverages. Consistently make a payment. Making timely tax payment. Okay, it's all are come under the advantages. Okay. Next one. Next we'll move to the forfeiting. 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 What do you mean the forfeiting? What do you mean the forfeiting? Yes or no? Put in the box. What do you mean by forfeiting? Yes or no? Yes. What do you mean by forfeiting? Say yes or no. Okay. Look at a forfeiting is the purchase. A forfeiting is the yes. Wait. A forfeiting is the a purchase of series of credit instrument. A forfeiting is the purchase of series a credit instrument, that is bill of exchange drawn by oh Yes, I am audible. Say yes or no. Yes, I am audible. Say yes or no. Yes, surrender. Yes, I am audible. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Say yes or no. Say yes or no. Say yes. Yes. Okay. Look at a forfeiting means a forfeiting is the purchase of a series of credit instrument. As it's a very important a credit instruments. ನಾ ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್, ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸರಿ ನೋಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್. ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿಂಗ್. But the product, the means the instrument that is called as a forfeited. Okay, this is called as a forfeiting of the credit instrument. Bills nodi, look at a bills of exchange drawn under the time of letters of credit. It is a very important letters of credit and a non-recourse of course and guarantee. That is avowal from the above. Forfeiting refers to providing a finance by forfeiture to the exporter against a bill receivable, promissory note, and also guaranteed called as avowal. This is the meaning of forfeiting. Next one, the forfeited is a mechanisms of financing export. It's a very important. Forfeiting is a mechanisms of a financing export available by discounting export receivable, evidence by bill of exchange or promissory notes. Okay, without a recourse to the seller, or operated on fixed rate basis and available up to 100% of contract value. This is the function, means the meaning of forfeiting. Next we'll go to the characteristics. A forfeiting is an instrument for medium and long term export financing. Forfeiting under it's a instrument giving a medium and long term export finance. It denotes the surrender of financial instrument. It denotes the surrender of a financial instrument by traders, that is export to exporter. Okay, next we'll go to the, it is a form of post shipment credit. It is a very important. Two things ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು post shipment and free shipment. This is a, means this one is a forfeiting is the post shipment credit. Okay, next one, parties involved. ಯಾರೇ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ exporter, that is seller, importer, that is buyer, and forfeiter who is provide financial against without recourse. Last one is imports of bank, importer banks. Next we'll go to the, okay, next points. Okay, next we'll go to the venture capital. It is a very important. A venture capital, it's a very important. A venture capital is a financial capital provided to early stage and high potential, high risk. Early stage, high potential, and high risk. Okay, and growth start of companies. It's a very important. A growth start of companies. The venture capital funds make a money by owning equity in the companies, invest in the, which usually have to novel technology or a business model to high technology industries such as biotechnology, IT, and software. Okay, venture capital broadly simplify an investment of long-term equity finance with high risk a project with a high reward possibility. Okay, the features of venture capital is it is a highly risky venture. It is a highly risky venture. It is an equity or a quasi equity form of investment. It is a long-term investment and the return area in the form of capital gains. The very important, a return in the form of capital gains is an active from the investment with higher degree involvement the management of venture. It a finance high tech project. Okay, this all are come under the features of the venture capital. Next one, origin. What is the origin? In 1978, a committee on development of small and medium enterprises highlighted a need to foster venture capital as a source of funding new entrepreneurs and technology. It's very important founding a new entrepreneur and technology. The result is a few incremental steps being taken over the next decade and half of facilitate. This is alar command. Okay, next one. A risk capital foundation as sponsored by IFCS. Okay. Indian Financial Corporation of India was set up in 1975 to promote and support a new technologies and businesses. A seed capital, it's a very important, a seed capital scheme, a national equity scheme was set up by IDBI, means Industrial Development Bank of India in 1976, appendix in 307. Next one, program for Yes, a program for advancement of commercial technology, PACT, program for advancement and commercial technology scheme was introduced by ICICI in 1985. What is the full form of ICICI? Anyone? Yes, what is the full form of ICICI? Say, what are the what is the meaning of ICICI? It is initiated by the full form of ICICI. Say, somebody, anybody? The ICICI full form. Don't know anybody? Okay, check it and put a message in chat box. Okay. Next one, the scope of venture capital. A development of an idea, seed finance is a development of an idea, seed finance, implementation of stage startup finance, implementation of stage startup finance, pledging stage additional finance, industrial credit and investment corporation of India. Correct. Next one, establishment stage, establishment finance. Okay, next one. Okay, the advantage of venture capital or the advantage of okay, a business consultant. It is a very important point. Make it underline. A business consultant, management consultation. It's also consultation and management consultation and human resources. What is the meaning of human resources? Anybody? What do you mean by HR? Means human resources. Yes, Spandana, what do you mean by human resources? Next one, a disadvantage of venture capital is management position, equity position, decision making, business plan, and next we'll move to the wait, types of venture capital. First one, seed capital finance. The first point is the types of, first of all, we listed the types of venture capital is seed capital finance, startup financing, early stage financing, follow on financing, expansion financing, replacement financing, turnaround financing. First one, seed capital financing. This is an early stage of financing. This stage involves primarily research and development financing, and also the European Venture Capital Association defines a seed capital. The financing is initial product development. It's a very important, seed financing and the seed capital financing, and it is providing the initial product development or capital provided to entrepreneur to provide wait as to provide entrepreneur to prove the feasibility of project and quality of startup capital. This is seed capital finance. Next we'll move to the startup financing. Next one, the European Venture Capital Association defines startup capital means a capital needed to finance the product development. ನೋಡಿ, initial product development ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕೊಡೋದು seed capital, but startup it's a development of product. Okay, this is called as the startup finance. Next we'll move to fourth one, financing. Calling students. college. Kareem. Okay, next one, early stage financing. The European Venture Capital is Association defines early stage finance, a finance provided to companies that have completed development stage. It's very important. Completed at development stages and require a further funds initiate a commercial manufacturing and sales. Okay, this is a early stage financing. Next we'll go to follow on financing. Follow on financing. A European Venture Capital Association defines a follow-on financing or a second round financing as the provision of a capital to a firm which has previously been a receipt in external capital. It is providing a receipt of external capital, but whose financial needs have subsequently expanded. The later stage in a project implies the project has passed in the rest of accessibility and is proved successful. Okay, this is the fourth point. And fifth one, expansion of financing. The finance provided fund the expansion of growth of a company which breaking even trading small profit, breaking and down the breaking even or trading a small profit. This is expansion of financing. Next one, replacement financing. Okay, next one, a replacement financing. A replacement financing, the sale of shares may be a person's other than entrepreneur of business associates. Okay, next one go to the next one move to wait. Okay, next we'll go to the types of funding in venture capital. Types of funding in venture capital. First one, soft funding, hyper funding, soft funding. And so what do you mean by soft funding? Means it's also known as crowd funding. Funding is a such as donation, okay, subsidiary and grant that have been no direct requirement for return on investment are described as soft funding. Next one, hyper funding. Okay, funding that facilitate the exchange of equity ownership in the company for capital investment. Okay, next one, modes of financing by venture capitalists. One, equity, conditional loans. Okay, this is all are common under the types of. Okay, next one, go to the credit rating. Look at, it is a very important point. Credit rating. Okay, a credit rating is a symbolic indicator of the current opinion of rating agency. It's a very important, do it underline. Credit rating is a symbolic indicator, symbolic indicator of the current opinion of rating agency and the relatively capability and willingness of issuer of the debt programs. Very important. The relatively capability and willingness issue of debt programs me to service the debt obligation as per terms of the contract. This is the meaning. Next we'll move to the definition. According to Moody, MOODY, Moody's, a rating is an opinion on the future ability and a legal obligation of the issuer to make a timely payment of principal and interest on the specific fixed income security. The rating measures the probability that issuer will default on the security. However, it is depending on the instrument, maybe the matter of death certificate or more. This is a credit rating agencies. Next one, the features. Credit rating evaluate the credit worthiness or debtor. It is a very important. A credit rating evaluate the credit worthiness of debtor. Credit rating. Okay, credit rating is determined by credit rating agencies. Credit rating is not based on mathematical formation. It is a used estimate of worthiness of credit for companies, a country, or any individual company. Credit rating is being done after considering various factors such as financial, non-financial parameters and fast credit rating. Okay, the credit which is the done by simple and okay, this is the features. Next we'll move to the functions of credit rating agency. Wait. Okay, the functions of credit rating agencies. Wait. Okay, first one, provide unbiased opinion. Next one, provide a quality and dependable information. Provide information at low cost. Provide easy to understand information. Provide a basis for investment. Healthy discipline and corporate borrowers. For formation of public policy. This is the a function of credit rating agency. Next we'll move to regulation of credit rating in agency. First, who is regulating the credit rating agency? The first one, regulatory arbitrage resulting from activities of credit rating is being governed by used by various regulator. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆನ್ಸಿನ ಅದ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟರ್ಗಳು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ inadequacy of existing methodologies adopted by credit rating agencies for structured product given their complexity. Next one, multiple tranches. Okay, this is the okay. Next one, SEBI. Who is the SEBI? What is the full form of SEBI? Anybody? What is the full form of SEBI? Yes, what is the full form of SEBI? Yes. Okay, SEBI. First one is regulated by the SEBI, RBI, MOP, Ministry of Petroleum. Next one, ICA. Okay. Next one, credit rating in agency. Okay, the first one, CRISIL, Credit Rating Information and Service of India Limited. Okay, first point, CRISIL. Okay, otherly CRISIL is started in 1987 by the Unity Trust of India. Okay, this is a CRISIL rating elements clientable include all the industry major 23 of BSC Sensex, and this CRISIL have an opinion and probability of default and rated obligation, forward looking, specific to the obligation being rated, a comment on the issue of general performance. Okay, next one, when is establishment of SEBI? When is establishment of SEBI? Next one, ICRA, Investment Information Credit Rating Agency in India. IFSCI, it is a number of financial institutions set of ICRA in 1991 at Delhi. At Delhi, ICRA undertake a rating of a debt instrument. Okay. ICRA credit rating provide investors with a simple indicator expressing underlying equity, credit equality, and debt issue program. Okay, this is a ICRA. Next one, CARE, Credit Analysis and Research Limited. Credit Analysis and Research Limited, the Industrial Development Bank of India, IDBI, with the Canara Bank. It's very important. Jointly with Canara Bank, UTI Private Sector Bank, and Financial Service companies promote a credit analysis in October 1993. It started in October 1993. A CARE undertakes a rating of all the types of debt instrument like commercial paper. It's a very important commercial paper. It is a money market instrument. Okay, commercial paper, fixed deposit, bonds, debenture, and structural obligation involving depend on a professional assessment of debt servicing capability of companies. Next one, okay, shortcoming of indicate rate and the shortcoming. Okay, next one, possibility of basis exist, improper disclosure may be happen, impact on changing environment, problems of new companies, drawing a rating agencies, a difference in ratings. Okay, next we'll move to the SEBI guidelines for credit rating agency. SEBI is also providing some rating, means some guidelines for the credit rating. That one, credit rating agencies should be maintain records of a rating committee including a voting details, a notes and discount for the period of 5 years. Okay, next one. A credit rating agencies 1988. When it work start? SEBI is work in 1988. When it start the work? And credit rating agencies should ensure that its analysts do not participate in any kind of marketing and business development, including negotiation and fees with the issue those. Okay, next, credit rating agencies, while a rating structure finance product are barred from the providing a consultancy or advisory services regarding a design of a structure finance instrument. Okay, in case of unsolicited credit rating arising out of agreement between the credit. Okay, this all are come under the SEBI guidelines for credit rating agents. Okay, this is the end of your syllabus. Any doubts? Can you please message in the chat box? Any doubt? Can you please chat in the mobile uh, chat box? Any doubts? Okay. Wait. Okay. Can I leave now?